This is Tokyo DisneySea, a theme park in Japan. A place of adventure, mystery, and discovery. But a massive rift is open in the sky, bringing with it dark forces and filling the park with evil. My name is Tulio Falco, and I enlisted the help of two brave investigators. Hopefully they can uncover secrets, solve puzzles, and unravel this mystery. Then again, maybe they'll accidentally doom us all.
Let's go see who's getting sacrificed and how much it costs. I hope it's not more than 4 Sidians.
Right. Well, behind you is the entrance to the DisneySea Transit steamer line.
Throw up that map.
Okay.
Whoa!
So you're at number 23. 23 was the popcorn stand. Behind you is the letter Y. That's the steamer line, and they have transport that leads back to Mediterranean Harbor or over to the Lost River Delta. So behind you is one of the steamer lines. Also in this area is the Cape Cod Cookoff building, which is where that event is going to take place. A little ways down from there is a place called DB Cooperage, and beyond that is the Hurricane Point Lighthouse.
Definitely want to check the DB Cooperage out.
Well, it's within walking distance right now. He's that guy from Twin Peaks, right?
No, he's that guy from the first episode of Loki. That little cutaway gag where you find out that Loki was actually D.B. Cooper, and he mentions Thor so they can say in the trailer that Thor's Thor's
real?
Not in it. That's real. I do want to go to the Lost River Delta just because human sacrifice has intrigued me, and I'm fully convinced that is the reason the rift is opened.
Okay, I gotta interject here. Is there something that I missed about human sacrifice, or are you just inherently suspicious that human sacrifice is behind this?
Correct.
Well, I am suspicious of, like, the fish people because we're in a small New England fishing town or whatever the fuck.
He's following the trope.
Okay.
And the guy said there is human sacrifice there or something, so we're like, okay, well, I'm going to trust this old man.
He said there's a temple where it looks like that's the kind of place human sacrifices might be.
Yes, and I didn't think critically about that, so I just decided to...
Are you going to continue in Cape Cod? Like, are you going to go to DB Cooperage?
Let's go to fucking DB Cooperage then before I have another brain aneurysm.
As you walk towards DB Cooperage, you do pass by a big, fancy, churchy-looking building, and there's a big banner, and it says, Cape Cod Cookoff, December 30th. Today is December 27th, still, the date that you arrived, so the Cape Cod Cookoff looks like it's not going to be happening for a few days. But you can see some posters representing each of the judges, and those are all of Duffy's, the Disney Bears friends. And at a quick, do you want to investigate that really quick? Or you don't care? You're gonna keep walking by, right?
I don't care. I'm gonna keep walking.
Okay.
If the food's not here now,
hey, I'm gonna stop for just a second, and I'm just gonna be like, Brent, we're going to this, right? We're going to the fish fry, right? We're going to the fish fry, right?
I mean, I love seafood, and it sounds like a good time. But if it's not ready now, I don't care.
Not right now. I just mean. We're going to the fish fry. I know it's not a fish fry. I know it's a cook-off, but I like saying fish fry. So we're going to that on the 30th. I'm putting that out there.
There is a woman standing outside the doorway. Do you want to ask her any questions about the cook-off?
Do you have a pamphlet or something that we can hold on to?
Okay, so the woman, she has poofy blonde hair. She's very short. She's got big horn-rimmed glasses. She's dressed like a 1950s suburban housewife. And she says, "Why, yes, I do have a pamphlet. It be right over here." And she hands you a pamphlet. So all of the restaurants of Tokyo DisneySea are competing for a big grand prize. They do this every year. So each restaurant's going to make a dish for the judges, and each judge will have a taste and will just decide who the winner is.
I think we're aware how a competition works.
I'm just explaining. He said it was like a fish fry, so I'm just clarifying a little bit. And she goes, "Are you folks part of a restaurant, or are you going to be entering yourself?"
I was once a busboy, but I'd grip the plates too hard and they'd break.
Well, you do be having some of those big old fine muscles there. I can see that happening. Ha ha.
Thank you. I work very hard to get these. By attuning my body to the waves.
Oh, you're one of them surfer types, I see.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got that from the low hanging tank top you're cutting there. I don't know the terms for this voice, by the way. Like any specific type of like wording for the 1950s. Anyways,
What if we were from a restaurant?
oh well, if you're from a restaurant, you probably want to check in with the actual chef or head chef, unless you're the head chef. I don't know people. I don't know you, but yeah, you should check in with the rest of the restaurants, or whichever one you're going to be working with, supporting, etc. But if you are entering as your own type of restaurant, if you have a food stand or something, or even if you just operate out of the back of a truck, anyone can enter. You just got to let me know the name of your the name of your eatery.
All right, you know what? Can we put this on the docket? Make up a name. Make up a fake restaurant name to enter into the cook-off.
You do have a few days for this in-game.
Yeah. So I'm just gonna. I don't know why this is calling to me. I feel like you put this in our path and you drew attention to it. So I'm choosing to engage as deeply as I possibly can. We're entering this goddamn cook-off.
Are we really gonna do it, Mick? Are we really gonna enter the competition?
Not only that, my boy, we're gonna win.
I can finally reopen my hot dog stand. And
Oh,
stir it for
you make hot dogs, do you?
What? Sorry, I was having an aside with my fellow here.
Well, it's a big prize, There's a lot of Sidians on the line, There's some
A lot of Sidians, huh?
Well, then we'll see you there.
Oh, okay.
We'll see you there.
See you there.
She starts shouting.
I like her. She's gonna get a good review. What's the prize? We can read up the pamphlet, but what's the prize?
On your way away, so you take a look at the pamphlet, and it says that the prize is a full kitchen upgrade. So
my goodness.
If you guys are entering it yourself and you don't have a kitchen, I mean, you could probably say you're with the Fortress Explorations, and they'll deliver a new kitchen to there. The other prizes are 50 Sidians. That's a lot. Going here. That's like 100 bags of popcorn. And it says that there's a rare crystal gem that is priceless as part of the prize lot. Prize basket? Yeah, prize basket.
Yeah, I'm putting that down. We're gonna find a way to enter in, and if we can't win, we're stealing the gem.
All right. Are you headed for DB Cooperage now?
Yes.
You step into DB Cooperage, and you are hit with a rather woody smell. Around you are barrels, baskets, casks, stuff you'll find at a typical cooperage where they work with like timber wood. But there's also barrels full of wine. There's cheeses. There's cured meats. Anything you would put on a charcuterie board. The name of the shop sounds awfully familiar to D.B. Cooper, the real-life legend of a man who jumped out of a plane in 1971. Okay, Lucas, you know more about it. Lucas, can you briefly explain D.B. Cooper?
D.B. Cooper, in 1971, stole... Well, okay, he stole a bunch of money. he got onto a plane and threatened everyone on it, saying he has a bomb and you need to fly me to a certain place. The plane went up, it went down to let all the people off. He went back up with a few flight attendants and a pilot, and he jumped off over Tacoma. And no one knows where he ended up. They couldn't find him. They found bills that were almost certainly part of like the money that he stole, like in rivers and such. But they don't know where he is. He was presumed to be like middle-aged, so he could very well be dead by now, because that was 50 years ago.
There's like a famous police sketch of just this thin man, slick back hair, in a suit with like sunglasses. Anyways, that's all a legend. It's probably not true. So you walk in and you see a thin man with slicked hair and a counter, wearing a suit and a pair of sunglasses and mouse ear-shaped hats.
Wait just a second.
And he goes, hi, welcome to the store.
Hi! Have you seen DB Cooper anywhere?
But, no.
Oh.
Never, he can't say he's never heard of him because he turns around and there's a portrait, that famous portrait is on the wall and it says DB Cooper. No, that's what the store is named after. It's just, it's a silly, humorous play on words.
You mean he didn't come here and found it himself? That seems kind of rude to use his image and likeness and name without his permission.
Why, you think there's like some money in that or something?
I mean, there's definitely money in it if DB Cooper's involved.
What's $200,000 now in Cidians?
That's got to be like
inflation.
at least 10 Cidians.
I genuinely wouldn't know. The man says.
Why are you holding cash in your hand?
He's doing a
It's
transaction.
awful weird.
I was just tending to the register.
Oh, are Cidians they look like money? Oh, whoops.
I
imagine Cidians as little obsidian pellets.
Okay.
Whoops.
They are.
I'll
These are gift receipts.
Are you a fan of DB Cooper?
That's just my dad. That's my dad. That's why we look the same.
DB Cooper is your father.
Sure.
I'm no
And you ended up
but I
here.
think there's a story in that.
Yeah. And you ended up here. Wasn't DB Cooper active in the 70s? The 1970s?
He goes, fine! He looks around to make sure nobody is listening to him.
You were all alone in an empty store. You have to picture him with the empty wooden barrels. So I picture it does like a wide shot where it's just a big empty like warehouse and it's just three guys.
Yeah. He looks down at his name tag. His name tag says George Peter. He's like, that's not me, okay? Listen, I don't remember what happened, but it was 1971, and I jumped out of that plane, and I had no idea if my parachute was going to work or not. I leaped out the door, and I was blinded by this rush of wind and the sun in my eyes. Suddenly, there was a huge rush of energy or something, and then I found myself landing here. I mean, it looks like America, but everyone here speaks Japanese for some reason, so I've lived here ever since, and to me, I mean, it feels like it's been about 10 years or so. I can only assume that enough time has passed for people to forget about me, and I could go back home soon, but listen, you're not going to tell the cops or anything. I mean, you guys aren't cops, right?
What's it?
Sorry. And then I'm looking at the character art on the screen. I'm like, neither of these people look like cops.
What's it worth to you?
What are you blackmailing me?
Well, you're DB Cooper, aren't you? You got money to spare, don't you?
I don't have almost any of that money left, okay?
Disney took it all.
There's nothing, like, I told you,
All
I've
right.
been here like 10 years.
Okay,
I can only
all
assume
right.
it's
Well, how many
1980 something. There's like almost nothing left.
Out
how many
of
Sidians
curiosity,
do you have on
think,
you?
I don't have to tell you that. I don't even know who you are.
Out of curiosity, do you think you fell out of the hole in the sky?
You're talking about the
that's
rift.
a good question.
Yeah, it's a big hole in the sky. It's a circle, just like most holes.
He goes, it does remind me of the thing that I must have fallen through. I mean, it could be like some kind of portal through time, but if it is, or like, I've been thinking about going back through there. Like, what am I going back to? Are the police just gonna arrest me? Am I gonna go to jail? Maybe being trapped here is enough of a prison for what I did.
Yeah, I wouldn't like to spend my entire life in a Disney park either.
A Disney park?
What?
I thought
Yeah,
this
we're-
was like Massachusetts. This is Cape
No,
Cod,
we're in
right?
Tokyo, buddy. We're in Tokyo.
Yeah. That's why there's so many Japanese people everywhere.
He puts his hands on his head. He can't comprehend that. He's like, "What are you, Tokyo?" I mean, I thought maybe I just like went through a time rift. I mean, like I said, it's been like 10 years, but people have these like giant boxes. They look like big phones, and up their ear, like, what? Tokyo? What year is it?
That's a
What year
very
is it?
good
That's
question.
That's a question.
What
That's a
year is
question
it?
for
Yeah.
you to answer. You're the DM.
Yeah.
It's a.
What year
It's-
is it, DM?
I would say this is modern times, but we could say that it's been like it's
I mean, I
about
feel like
20 years into the future if there's like, Pirates of the Caribbean like 15 or
I
whatever.
I feel like we can safely make it like a futuristic soft space.
Yeah. It's well like this is
Whoops.
probably like 2080, yeah.
That's very interesting. You may have fallen through the thing that we were sent here to investigate. Brent, I have an idea.
Okay.
Oh no.
What if, because we have leverage on him now, what if it comes down to it, we force him to go through there. We know he's already come through another one unscathed, and he's been living for 10 years. And no one in their right mind would want to spend their entire life here anyways. He's got no money. It's not a very good cover. I think someone else will figure it out. And
Hang on a minute.
honestly,
I think I did a good job with covering myself. The suit
Excuse
is blue.
me, we're having another aside over
Okay,
here.
sorry.
I asked you, yeah, can you just, there's only 3 of us in this room and you can probably hear us talking, but you know what? Just, we're having an aside.
Yes.
I don't know what kind of backwards 1970s life. But in these days we have manners. So I'm thinking we force him through.
How are we going? How are we going to get him back if we send him through?
We tie. Now here, this is the ingenious part. Long rope around him, and then we just pull real hard back about 10 minutes after.
I'm good at pulling rope.
And there you go. And if he says no, we'll just tell everyone he's DB Cooper.
Let's figure out a way up there first. And also, I'm kind of into this human sacrifice thing that's going on.
Yeah, no, I know. Listen. Like, we can put it. I feel like if there's like a piece of paper in our minds with all the things we have to do on it, I feel like we can push DB Cooper through the hole in the sky to see what happens on it. It was very nice meeting you, Mr. Cooper.
Big fan of your work.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
All right, you exit DB Cooperage. I do want to take a brief
real
look.
place too?
This
Yeah,
is-
yeah.
yeah,
I
they're
couldn't
real.
tell if you were
Like
making these up or not.
no, everything.
Listen, Gelatoni could have been
Lucas.
born from your mind.
Almost everything I'm describing is real things within this park.
Okay, so you're telling me that
The
Gelatoni
crazy
is not a Kid
toothless
Quicksand
man.
character or whatever.
No.
You're telling me that's not a... Okay.